Imagine this. It's the 1980s, and if you needed someone's phone number, you'd flip through a massive book with thousands of pages. Sounds exhausting, right? But what if I told you that telephone directories weren't just for phone numbers? They were actually a hidden goldmine of information. So why did they vanish overnight? Stick around, because the answer is more shocking than you think. Telephone directories were introduced in the late 1800s, starting as simple lists of subscribers. At first, they contained only names and numbers, but over time, they expanded into thick volumes with addresses, business ads, and emergency contacts. By the mid-20th century, they were an essential part of every household. But they weren't just for calling friends. Businesses depended on them for advertising. Local services thrived because of them, and believe it or not, some people even use them as booster seats for kids. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. Did you know that in the 2000s, printing telephone directories still required over 5 million trees per year? The environmental impact was staggering. But there was another reason these books became obsolete, and it had nothing to do with the internet. In the late 90s, unlisted numbers became more common, making these books less reliable. Then, privacy concerns started rising. People didn't want their personal details freely available to strangers. But here's where it gets even wilder. In some places, governments banned the automatic distribution of phone books because of how wasteful they were. What do you think about that? Let me know in the comments below. Fast forward to today, and finding a number is as simple as a voice command. Hey Siri, call John. Digital directories, social media, and AI-driven contact lists have completely taken over. Fun fact, the last major telephone directory was printed in 2012. Now, the concept is so outdated that most kids today wouldn't even recognize one. Think about it. Would you rather flip through 1,000 pages or just type a name into your phone? So, there you have it. Telephone directories didn't just disappear, they were actively replaced by technology, environmental concerns, and privacy demands. But here's a question. What other everyday items do you think will vanish in the next 10 years? Drop your predictions in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more fascinating deep dives. See you next time.